Good morning, children. So today we'll continue yesterday's chapter, atoms and molecules. So yesterday we studied about atoms, atomic mass. What is atomic mass? As you know already, average atomic mass is equal to mass of an element compared to 1 by 12th mass of carbon 12 isotope. We are taking here 1 by 12th mass of carbon 12 isotope. Okay, so yesterday we were here and some of the atomic mass you should know. Okay, so hydrogen atomic mass, okay, hydrogen atomic mass is 1 as it is. Oxygen is 16. Sodium atomic mass is 23. Chlorine's atomic mass is 35.5. Okay. So calcium's atomic mass is 40. Magnesium's atomic mass is 24. So these are the atomic masses and these all are calibrated values which we cannot change because these all are calculated and calibrated means it is completely approved by IUPAC. Okay, IUPAC as you know. Okay. Then again next concept is whether the atoms exist or not. If they exist, how they are, can we see the atom or not? Can they exist atom or not? We will try to find. Okay. See, first of all, atoms of most elements are not able to be seen. We cannot see the atoms and they cannot exist independently. Okay. So these atoms form molecules and compounds and ions also. So these molecules or ions aggregate. They both will aggregate, combine and they form matter. So that matter which we feel or which we can touch or see. So that is in the form of matter. So atoms cannot exist independently. Okay. Then what is atom? I told atom is the smallest particle which take part in chemical reaction. Okay. Then again we go to one more concept called what is a molecule. See, molecule means what actually in general it is a group of two or more atoms combined together. We generally say group of two or more atoms combined together. Combined, how they are combined? Combined chemically. Combined chemically form a compound, form a molecule. Okay. Then, so in general we can say molecule is the smallest part of compound. The smallest part of compound is molecule. Generally, molecule is the smallest part of a compound or smallest particle of a compound, you can tell. Smallest particle of a compound. Okay. So these molecule is I told already, and these molecules can exist independently. Molecules are able to exist independently and atoms of same elements or different element can join together to form molecules. Atoms of same element or different element. I think one more, I will give one next example. Hydrogen, different atom. Oxygen, different atom. These are two molecules of hydrogen, two molecules of oxygen. They form one molecule of what? Water. So what we can say here? Atoms of same element or atoms of or different element combined together to form a molecule. So this is a concept of a molecule. Then again molecules of elements. How are the molecules of element? I think you have to write down these points so that it will be convenient to prepare or read. Okay. molecules of elements are constituted by same kind of atoms. Means molecules of elements are made up of same type of atoms. Okay, there are some molecule which exist in a single unit, single form. There are some elements or there are some molecule which exist in combined by two same kind of atoms. There are some elements or some molecules which exist in or which are found by combination of two or more elements, different type of elements, and form a compound. Okay, now so molecules of many elements are there. Suppose you take argon. Argon molecule is single, it is like this. Okay, calcium is like this. Ca, we write Ca, only calcium. Okay, then suppose you take helium, you write He like this. Okay, but if in the case of oxygen, you take oxygen, we write as O2. Chlorine we write as what? Cl3. Sorry, Cl2. Suppose to the oxygen, if you add one more atom, oxygen is first of all 2, O2. But if you add one more atom, so that becomes O3. So O3 is ozone. O3 is ozone. Okay. This is one. This is one. Then again, these combinations or number of atom constituent molecule is called atomicity. The number of atoms which tell about the what present, which are present in a particular molecule will tell about the number of atoms. So that is called atomicity. Then argon, calcium, helium, sodium, potassium, these all are called monoatomic. These all are called, okay, almost most of the non-metals are monoatomic. Okay, now we'll try to write, I think you can write on this. See, atoms of metals, see, there are some metals and there are some non-metals whose structure is very complex. For example, take carbon. Carbon is a very complex structure, and because of bonding, because of very indifferent number of bonds and large number of carbon particles, their atomic structure is complex. So due to that, again we have to find how are the structure of atom and molecules of metals or non-metals. So when you take non-metals, just take your example, argon, helium, krypton, xenon, chlorine, phosphorus, they all are, some are monoatomic, some are diatomic, some are tetratomic, some are triatomic. Okay, so monoatomic are the elements which indicates which indicate that they are made of only one kind of atom. So suppose I told argon is the only one, okay, krypton only one, sodium only one, monoatomic. Okay, then diatomic is hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, bromine, these are called diatomic. Monoatomic, diatomic, then there are triatomic. Ozone is triatomic. Ozone is triatomic. Okay. If you take phosphorus, phosphorus is tetraatomic. Tetraatomic means it is made up of 4 atoms and forms a one molecule of phosphorus. And there is one more called sulfur. It is what? Polyatom is, it contains more than 5 ions. If they contain more than 4 or 5, they are called poly, means many atomic. So this is about atoms present in a elements. Okay. Then molecules of compound, how they are formed. See, atoms of different element join together in different proportion. This is very important, you have to understand. Atoms of different element will combine together in different proportion by mass to form a compound. For example, I told one nice example is water. So molecular formula of water is H2O. Okay. And what does atom contain? What is the atom mass? So when you take the ratio, atom hydrogen is present here and oxygen is present. Okay. So what is the ratio here? We write ratio as 1:8. Why we write 1:8? Because we have to reduce it. Actually hydrogen, how many atoms are there? 2 atoms of hydrogen. Okay. Oxygen's atomic mass is 16. So if you reduce it becomes how much? 1:8. Means you have to take the least number so that you are able to tell specifically the ratio of one atom of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So water is made up of two different kinds of atoms and they are combined in a different ratio by mass. So one more example I will give is ammonia. Ammonia is formed by how much? 14 atoms of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. It is, the formula is NH3. Ammonia is formed by combination of 1 atom of nitrogen, 3 atoms of hydrogen. So 14:3 is the ratio, simple ratio of what? Ammonia. Then carbon dioxide is, see, these all are molecules of a compound. First you studied molecules of elements, because hydrogen H2, oxygen O2. Then molecules of a compound. When you say molecules of a compound, what we say here? So molecules of a compound are formed by combination of 2 or more different elements in a different ratio, different proportion by mass. Okay. So carbon dioxide is how much? It is 3:8. 3:8. How 3:8 it becomes, you know? CO2. Okay. So carbon's atomic mass is 12. Oxygen's atomic mass is 16. 16 to the 32. So that's how it becomes 3:8. Okay. So this is how we find the ratio of atomic mass of different elements combining and forming a molecule. Okay. Molecules of compounds are formed. Okay. Now, what is simplest ratio? How to find simplest ratio? We will find here. See, if you take the example of water, so that's why I told. Hydrogen, if you take, its atomic mass is 1. Atomic mass is 1. Okay. And ratio is also 1. Ratio is also 1. And if you take the ratio, it is 1/1, means mass ratio or atomic mass. Mass ratio or atomic mass. So this becomes how much? 1. So that is simplest ratio is it is in 2. H2 is 2. Okay. In water. Then here oxygen is how much? Its mass is 8. Okay. And its atomic mass is 16. Then it is 8/6. How much it becomes? 1/2. So 1/2 actually it is 1 part. Means water contains 2 molecules of water, 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. Means, or generally you can say water is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So this is simplest ratio. It is simplest ratio is 1:8. How we get 1:8? 8/16 becomes 1:8. Okay. Now, okay. So now we try to find what is an ion. See, atoms combine together form a molecule. Molecules combine together form a compound. But where are the ions? How the compounds are formed? What is an ion? See, you know very well. Composed of whatever the compound, whether it is metal or non-metal, they all are made up of group of ions or ions. Then what is an ion? Now I will give one nice example. Suppose if we say atom, Okay. Atom is the smallest particle of an element which take part in chemical reaction. But how it will take part? It can take part only when it is in the form of ion. See, suppose I will give one example is sodium. Okay. So sodium is a metal. Okay. So there is one more concept called atomic number. Atomic number of sodium is 23. What does atomic number indicates? It indicates number of atoms present in that particular atom. Okay, particle. So when you say sodium atomic number is 23 means it contains 23 number means then what is ion? Suppose if I tell what is ion, 23 is atomic number. Okay, so 23 is a mass number. 23 is mass number of sodium and atomic number of sodium is 11. Okay. Then what does atomic number indicates? Number of atoms, atomic number 11 means number of electrons in an atom. Okay. So sodium contains 11 electrons in its orbit. That we will learn later. Okay. And these ions are charged particles. Metals are, we say metals are highly reactive. We can say metals are highly reactive because they have charged particle, and non-metals are least reactive because they will take the electron, they will give the electron. Okay. So then what is an ion? Ion is, see, suppose atomic number of sodium is 11 means the number of electron present in sodium is, we write, actually there is one more word called electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. So we will distribute the number of electrons here. In this case we will distribute the number of electrons. Okay. As how much? In the orbits. So orbits are imaginary path in an atom. Imaginary path where the electrons are distributed. So there is a circle. This is called what? Atom. This is nucleus. Okay. Then in this nucleus, around that there are orbits. These are called imaginary paths are called orbits. And according to some laws, we distribute the electrons in their particular orbit. Okay. So based on that only we are getting the atomic number, and we are telling how many atoms are, how many electrons are there, how many number of protons are there, number of electrons are there. So first cell, we call again, these are called shells or orbit. First cell can give place to what? 2 electron. Okay. Second can give place to the 8 electron. So first cell, we can first orbit. First cell can give place to 2 electron. See, these electrons are distributed, and based on the electrons only we are able to tell whether it is an atom or an ion. So atomic number of 11, atomic number of sodium is 11 means what? It shows the number of electrons in each orbit. So there are 3 orbits. First orbit or first shell. First shell can give place to how many electrons? 2 electrons. So we can keep only 2 electrons in first cell. Second shell can give place to only how many electrons? 8 electron. 8. If more than the 8 it is there, it goes to third orbit. So third orbit will give place to how many electron? How many are required here? Only 1. So 1. So it is electron configuration of sodium is 2, 8, 2, 8, 1. So 1 will indicate the electron which it can give. Who can give? Sodium can give. In this case, almost all metals are electropositive nature. Means electropositive means they are able to donate electrons. Who? Metals. Non-metals are electronegative, means they are able to take the electrons. So this, when it gives how much? 281. So last one will be given to a non-metal. Non-metal. Okay. Okay. See, 1 will indicate how much? So it becomes 10. Means 11 minus 1 becomes how much? 10. So this now the sodium, actually this is sodium atom is written how? We write like this only. But sodium ion is written as Na plus. I will write here. Sodium atom is written as it is. Okay. So sodium ion is represented as sodium will lose one electron. It becomes minus. Then it becomes sodium like this. So this is called sodium ion. These are called charged particles. So ions are positively charged or negatively charged particles which take part in chemical reactions. So atoms are not stronger than ions because atoms are stable, but ions are charged particle. Again in this we have how much? Charged particles which are in group. Okay, which are in group. So suppose you take, I told already, sodium. When you take chlorine atomic number is how much? So 17. Okay, means it contains how much? What is electron configuration? What? Chlorine, we distribute 287. See, whenever the atoms lose or gain electron, they attain noble gas configuration or stable gas configuration. Means 287 is 17. Means 7 electrons. See, why I am telling here? Electropositive means they are metals. Means metals are able to donate the electron, means lose the electron. Means just in the case of sodium it has lost how much? 11 minus 1, it became how much? 10. But same case is not in the case of what? Chlorine. So chlorine, see, why sodium should give? Why chlorine will not give? Question is that only. Why it should not give? Because giving 7 electron requires more energy. Means giving one, see, I will give one nice example. Giving 1 rupee is easier or giving 7 rupees is easier? Giving 1 rupee is easier because easily we can give 1 rupee. But to give 7 rupees it requires more guts. So to overcome that means in this case to give 7 electron it requires energy. In the case of chemistry we use one more word called energy also. Energy is also very important. So whenever you give 7 electron it requires more energy. To overcome that we will give what? 1 electron. Better to give 1 electron than taking 7 electron. So the sodium's atomic electron configuration. See, sodium will take here. Take from who? It becomes means. So this is the case when sodium chloride is formed. So to form sodium chloride, okay, see. So we understood that for the formation of sodium chloride we require sodium and chlorine. So sodium is 11. Okay, atomic number of sodium is 11 and atomic number of chlorine is 17. Okay, so to form sodium, actually I told sodium will lose 1 electron and becomes how much? 10. Okay, then chlorine will gain 1 electron. Chlorine will take how much? 1 electron and it becomes how much? 18. So this is what? Giving and taking. Means sodium will contain electropositive element. Electropositive elements means it contains positive charge ions which they will give to chlorine. So again chlorine will is negative because it is able to receive the electron. So that is negatively charged particle. So positively charged particles or negatively charged particles are called ions. So ions are positively charged particles or what, negatively charged particles. So negatively charged particles or positively charged particles are called ions. So why they are positive? Because they are able to donate the electron. Why they are negatively charged? Because they are able to receive the electron. So in this way we are able to give or take the receive the electron. So this is a concept of what, ions. Okay. So in general, what is an ion? An ion is a negatively charged particle or positively charged particle. Okay. So remaining things will continue later. Thank you. Have a nice day.